How you all doing? Welcome back to another episode of God Concept. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. Hope you're doing well. You know, it's what they say and what they don't say to let you know, to give you little innuendos on who's exactly telling you the truth. And even if they're telling you the truth, it's their truth that they're telling you, right? It'll never be a full synchronized truth. Like your truth and somebody else's truth won't ever correlate unless you're seeing the same truth, unless you're seeing things through the same eyes. If you don't process things with the same mind, it'll never be truly your truth. You see, your truth and what you perceive is what you perceive. Others might want you to see it their way. Others might want you to do things their way. But you can only do and be who you truly are. What you see, what you hear, what you intake, what you feel. That's your truth. It's sad when your truth is the ultimate truth and nobody else wants to understand. And it's not that they don't always want to understand. It's the fact that they either have information that they're withholding from you, or they don't know enough information to actually speak on the truth that you know. So you gotta wait for a person to grow. You gotta wait for a person to learn more, to see more, to go through more, so they could really expound and really see things your way. A lot of times it just takes time. A lot of times it takes time and effort to make a person understand. You know, even if that's not on your part, because on your part you could try to give a person understanding. You could try to give a person enlightenment. You could try to show a person the truth that you see it. You know what I mean? Especially when your truth is the truth. When your truth is so aligned with what's actually going on, and a person don't see it your way or perceive it the way that you perceive a thing, a situation, or whatever it is, something that happens out in the world, whatever's going on, it's so hard sometimes to get a person to see the truth behind what's actually happening. You know what I mean? Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes a person stumble upon this truth without you doing anything or saying anything at all. You know what I mean? Without you putting too much input, because a lot of times it can be stressful. It could be a hard job to do when you're trying to let a person know that you already know what's going on and everything. But they're trying to tell you something different and other than what you know. You know what I mean? What you may know might not be the truth, right? Given, right? But normally when things add up and they amount to a certain number or a certain solution or a certain answer, normally the equation is right? It's simple mathematics. It's mathematics in the way that we think. It's mathematics in the way that we feel. It's mathematics in the way we perceive a situation of something that's going on in our life, right? Someone else might not get the full picture. They might not grasp everything that there is to be had from your situation because they're not the ones going through the situation, but you are. That's why you can easily identify what's the truth and what's not. You know, it's like we go through so many things in this life, right? Not just me. Everybody out here is going through something. Everybody has their own life to walk and their own challenges and their own adversities and everything, right? Now, in the midst of that, you're going to come up to certain conclusions. You're going to have certain answers answered for you. You know, questions that you have are going to be answered eventually, right? Sometimes we don't get the answers from the places we expect to get the answers from. Sometimes the answer might come, the question might be answered through a song. The questions might be answered through some type of work you're doing, through a stranger that you just bump into in your everyday life. Sometimes it's something that you watch, some book that you read to give you the answers to questions that you may have. But it's a hard thing when you're dealing with somebody and they think they have all the answers for the questions that you have, and they really don't. You know, a lot of times we have relationships with people, with our family, with our significant other, with our children, you know, and it's like you want to convey a message to them of your understanding of what you grew to know life as, to this thing that we live every day, right? You want to guide them in the best way possible if you actually care about this person, or if you actually love this person. You know what I mean? Hopefully you do love your children and everything, right? Hopefully you do, you know, do right by anybody you have to do right by, right? But you have others. They don't care whether you're family. They don't care whether you had a long-standing relationship with them or not. They don't want to see you do better. They don't want to ever see you realize the truth of your situation. These are plants. These are plants. These are agents. These are handlers. Whatever title you want to give them. And it's a fucked up thing because a plant, an agent, or a handler could come in many different shapes, forms, and sizes. Not to say that they're always bad. Not to say that a plant, an agent, a handler in your life is always a bad thing. Right? Because they might handle you to be a wealthy person. They might handle you so you can become what you're supposed to become in life. The problem comes when the handler or the plant, the agent, whatever you want to call them, don't want to see you succeed. They love you, but they can't let you, they don't want to see you cross that certain threshold. They love you, but they don't want to see you do well enough to not need them anymore. A lot of times that's what we're dealing with. You know, that's what a lot of you are dealing with. That's a lot of what I've been dealing with. You know what I mean? You know, you got people that don't want to lose you. You got people that are afraid to lose you. They're willing to lose you, but they don't want to. If they can have a foothold on you and whatever that's special about you, whatever talents that you may have, whatever, you know, journey that you may have, they want to be a part of that. You know, at the same time, you're going to learn things if you pay attention. And you can learn things from anybody, from your children, from your wife, from your parents, from whomever, right? It's always shocking to me, though, when it's from a child. You know what I mean? Like, how the hell did this child get so wise? How the hell did this child know the answer to a question that I had for a long time? You know, sometimes children have wisdom that comes from only the Creator. Only the Creator could implant that type of knowledge in children. You know what I mean? You know, I do this podcast to speak about what's on my mind, what I'm thinking about, what I'm going through, to pass a positive message, to show encouragement, to show motivation and things like that. Over the past few years, I've been going through a hell of a time in my life. I started a GoFundMe. I started doing music. I started doing books. I started doing this podcast, you know, as not just a way to express myself, especially to GoFundMe. That's not to just express myself. That's actually seed money for me to relocate my family to a better situation, to a better, place where I could live with my family and grow and just develop. You know, I always been a guy that liked to work. Not like to work, like I don't like doing the slave type work, but I don't mind labor. I don't mind doing work. Lately, I've been looking for jobs here and there. I've been looking for little gigs here and there, but I can't find one. Nothing's popping up for me. Nothing's popping up. I mean, I put in an application. I called a few times. Application going missing. I put in for other jobs. It seemed like it's going well. Next thing you know, no callback, no email, no correspondence going on. And I'm wondering a lot of what's going on. I'm like, what the hell is it? What is it with me? Like, what is it with me that won't allow me to get ahead? Like, I've always been able to make something, to make a comeback, to make, you know what I mean, to maintain a job, to maintain some sort of structure in my life. But as of late, it seems like, shit just ain't been going my way. Besides a few things, but I don't like to talk about the things. I'm starting to learn that I really can't give this podcast too much information, right? Because I might have people watching this podcast. People watching this podcast might be trying to manipulate my situation or make maneuvers around what I say on my podcast. So I don't divulge too much information on my podcast. I like to just internalize and work from where I'm at. Internalize and just keep moving forward. Quiet as kept. Just keep it to myself. Stay contained, stay focused, stay perseverant, and stay positive, right? Because what I'm learning is what I've been learned. But I just, I get so excited about things that I'm doing. I just want to share it. I just want to share what I'm doing with y'all. I just want to let y'all know exactly what's going on, whether that be good, whether that be bad, whatever it is, right? I like to get it out there because I'm excited. I'm happy when things go well, you know what I mean? And even when things aren't going well, I still want to convey that things aren't going well, hence the GoFundMe. But what I realized is, and known for a long time, that divulging too much information out to the public, right? Divulging exactly what I'm doing and how I'm going about doing it and things like that could be detrimental to my own success. It can hinder the things that I got going on and how I got these things going on, right? Because there's a lot of eyes watching. Most of the eyes I'm hoping are watching because they wish me well. But you gotta be grounded in reality and realize that all the eyes that's watching don't want to see you do well. Everybody that's watching your podcast or listening to your music or reading your books are just getting information from you. They don't really want to see you do well. They just want to see what the fuck you doing. They want to hear what the fuck you saying. What's on this nigga mind, right? So that way they can hinder whatever it is for progress that you're trying to make. And I realize that, you know what I mean? I know it. I don't mind rubbing my accomplishments in a motherfucker face. I never minded rubbing my accomplishments in somebody's face. Not to be spiteful or anything. Just because I'm proud of what I did. I'm proud of what I've accomplished. I'm proud of what I'm doing. I'm proud of the stand that I take. I'm proud of me. You know what I mean? I'm proud of that. You know, I'm proud to be me. You know, not saying it is not hard, because it's definitely hard. You know what I mean? Especially when you got a system of people, a system of living, breathing human beings, just like me and you, right? Just like us, just like me, trying to hold us back, trying not to allow us that forward progress for whatever reason that is. My thing is, and I'm speaking directly to the system now, my success is your success. If I achieve anything, you get paid taxes. I'm going to spend some money. I'm going to promote good health. I'm going to promote positivity. I'm going to motivate people. I'm going to do everything in my power to show reciprocation, show some type of reciprocation for what I receive. When I do well, I don't mind giving. I always been a giver. I don't mind giving. My success is your success. If I do well, you do well. Whether that be here in Philly, whether that's in Texas, whether that's wherever in the United States, right? We're here in America, and this is home. So anything that I do, that I accomplish, that's a pat on the back for America. That's a one-up for America. Any American that's doing well, anybody living in the United States that's doing well, that's paying taxes, that's giving back, that's spending money, right? The currency, finance, and shit like that. Anybody who's doing that, we all win. Any one of us win, it's a big win for the system, for the government, for the people, right? Even if you a selfish motherfucker, and you come up, right? And you doing well in life. You paying taxes, you paying for your house, you paying that mortgage, you paying your car note, you know what I mean? You driving around, you going out to dinners, you promoting people's business, you promoting your business, you providing a certain level of entertainment. That's an easy come up for anybody. On the flip side of that, what's to be gained by holding a person back? You know what I mean? It's like dangling a carrot in front of a horse. This is what our currency is. This is what our money is. It's like dangling a carrot in front of a horse. That's the way they dangle money in front of us, to get us to go left, to go right, whatever. That's how they do it. They dangle that money in front of your face as an incentive to do the things that they want you to do, to live the way that they want you to live, right? All of it is an incentive. All of it is just there for that reason, right? Now, if you're a person chasing your entrepreneurship, chasing your dreams, doing it, I salute you, and you getting at it. You know, that's a good thing. But when you're not getting it, when you're not able, when you're not allowed, right? Because I'm definitely able, I'm capable of doing anything that it is that I want to do. Anything that I feel like I want to do in life, I'm able to do it. I'm able to learn. I'm able to grow. I'm able to adapt. But when you're placed in a system that's holding you back, that won't give you the just due that you deserve, the things that you work for, right? Because it's been so many times where, you know, I'm just trying to build the ladder to get out of this hole that I'm in, right? And it's like, I'm not allowed to. I'm not able to, because every time I put my ladder up to get out this hole, they push the motherfucker back down. You know what I mean? Strap a piece of dynamite to the motherfucker and blow my ladder up, so I don't ever so I'm not able to construct my ladder to get out of this hole. I don't know how many people out here dealt with that type of thing. I don't know how many people out here ever dealt with these type of hardships in their life. You know, all I can say is we still have to persevere. We still got to work together. We still got to figure this thing out. You know what I mean? But for me, it's not about me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm a small piece of the puzzle, right? For me, I just want my children to flourish. I want them to grow, be comfortable, be happy, and live their life and know that they have the ability to do anything that they put their mind to. Anything they set their eye on could be theirs. You don't just have to watch other people have and be the have-not. You don't have to, I don't want them to have to ever worry about not having what they need in life. The necessities. The things that they want and desire, they should have those too, because they deserve it. That's why I took this path. That's why I've been doing the things that I've been doing. That's why I'm standing for the things that I'm standing on. I never been no big tough guy smacking people for no reason or just doing out of pocket shit, outlandish shit for no reason. I never been that type of person. Right? I never been an off the chain type of person. I always been low key. I do my thing. I like to handle my business quietly as kept. You know what I mean? I don't like to make too much noise. I don't like to ruffle too many feathers. You know what I mean? But what I do stand on, I stand on that wholeheartedly. Sometimes I get imposter syndrome. Sometimes I don't even feel like me. I don't even feel like Mark Pagan, Mr. Pagan, or whatever aliases you want to give me, or whatever aliases I gave myself, because Mr. Pagan is my music name. That's what my music is under. House of Cards just re-released. It sound way better. Check it out. Short plug. But this imposter syndrome thing is real because sometimes you just feel like your life ain't yours, man. Sometimes I feel like my life isn't mine. Sometimes I feel like I'm being controlled and manipulated on this hamster wheel that we call society. It's really like I'm just going around and around and around in a circle. You know what I mean? And I'm just tired of that. You know, I don't want to feel like I'm not who I'm supposed to be. I don't want to feel like this thing keeps beeping. Gotta put it on vibrate. I'm getting messages out the ass. Got a new phone number now. I'm getting messages out the ass. And it's not like I'm paying a phone bill or anything. This is Text Now phone number. Because I ain't got no fucking bread in my pockets to afford a fucking phone. My birthday just passed. I ain't do shit for my birthday. My son's birthday coming up. I'm trying to put myself in a position to make sure he have a great birthday. You know what I mean? He got things that he want for his birthday. I'm trying to get him for him. I'm sitting up here making moves and doing all this stuff, knowing that I should have something coming in. For all the work that I put in, I should have something coming in. But it's not. Who's stopping the checks? Who's stopping my checks? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, that's part of the reason why I feel this way, man. That's part of the reason why I feel like I got imposter. Like, sometimes I feel like I have imposter syndrome. Some people feel that once they got the fame that they wanted or whatever, I'm not doing this for fame, right? Some people feel imposter syndrome once they got the wealth, once they got all the money that they wanted to accumulate and everything. Truly, this is not all about the money for me. right? This is spiritual warfare that I've been dealing with, me personally. I don't know whoever else is dealing with things in their life out there. I don't know what you feel like it is with you, whether somebody's holding you back from getting the bag, whether somebody's just trying to control you, whether that be you just being held back by the man. This is spiritual warfare for me. Do I want and need the capital, the finance? Of course. Everything in America costs. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. Nothing is given free. That's why I put the work in that I put in. That's why I make my music. That's why I write these books. That's why I do this podcast. You know what I mean? I wanted to make something. Even if it's a little something, I wanted to make something. I need to be shown that the work that I'm putting in is worth something. And it's definitely worth something. Because I can see the numbers. When I go look up numbers and shit like that, I can see the numbers. Not coming my way. Somebody's collecting, but it ain't me. You know what I mean? And that's the part that fucks me up a lot. It's like, man, you had me working for the system, right? Slaving. Whether that be working in the cell phone store, whether that be driving a tractor trailer, whether that be driving a bus, doing security. I'm thinking about different jobs that I've done in the past. No matter what that be, y'all had me slaving, right? And I'm talking to the system. I'm not talking to a particular person or nothing like that, right? Y'all had me doing slave labor for a long time, right? Working. And don't get it wrong, it's a give and take. You're trading, I was trading time and energy for finance. We agree upon this. We agree when we fill out that application and we take that job to play that role for somebody's company, we're agreeing to trade our time, energy, and know-how for a paycheck. So this way we could live, so we could afford our cars, so we could afford our housing, so we could afford our food. You know what I mean? So we could pay our bills, what have you. So we can enjoy the benefits of having a cell phone that beeps when a motherfucker want to bother you, right? But it's like, man, now that I went through all these situations in my life, now that I'm looking for help, right, from a system that I always worked with my whole life, I can't get no help. Now I'm building something of my own. You know what I mean? I'm building a brand, right? I'm a brand now, right? With the music, with the books, with the podcasts, and whatever else I'm putting out there, it's branding. That's my brand. That's me, right? I just want to see that come to fruition. And when it already has come to fruition, because it's not something that I'm planning on doing. It's something that I've already done, and I'm going to continue to do. Whether I get another job or not, whatever happens, I'm going to continue to do this because this is my thing now. This is what I love to do. This is more entertaining to me, to talk to my people, to share some knowledge, to share some insight, to spread some inspiration, to spread some wisdom and some motivational thoughts. It's what I love to do. It's why I watch podcasts, personally. I watch podcasts more than I listen to music. I have been listening to a lot of music lately. I've been listening to Stevie Wonder. Think about the artist names that I'm telling you. Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind and Fire, Bill Withers, Today I downloaded Billy Carson. He got some great 432 hertz music that he put out with violins and everything. It's a great musical composition to listen to raise your vibration, to raise, you know what I mean, to help you unlock certain channels, you know, in your mind, you know, help you stay spiritually attuned with yourself, right? I've been writing books. You know, all of these things that I do is just things that I like to indulge in. You know, I love listening to music. Oh, I didn't even finish the names I was listening to, right? I stopped at Billy Carson, right? Because I downloaded his music today, right? I said Stevie Wonder, Bill Withers. I said Earth, Wind, and Fire. I said Billy Carson, right? Post Malone, right? I love Post Malone music, man. I like singing along with Post Malone songs. The Weeknd, listening to The Weeknd. Eminem, you know, his last album was fire, fantastic. Amongst others, I don't want to leave nobody out. I've been listening to everybody's stuff, but that's personally what I downloaded because, you know what I mean, I got to keep my music downloaded. You know what I mean? I got to keep my movies and music downloaded so this way, even when I'm not around an internet connection or there's no Wi-Fi available, I could always have access to my little entertainment or what have you. Right? That's why I haven't been doing so many podcasts and everything, because sometimes, you know, resources are scarce. I'm going to just put it that way. I'm still persevering, I'm still creating, but sometimes resources are just scarce. And that's why I just, you know, I want what's mine. You know, I'm not, besides the GoFundMe, I don't look for any handouts from anybody. All this time I've been fighting this fight, in this battle that I've been battling. I haven't reached out to anybody for any handouts. I reached out to my mom lately because that's my mother. I love her, she loves me. You know, we all good. You know what I mean? I haven't been reaching out to her because I've been dealing with a lot. You know what I mean? I don't want to burden her with things that I'm dealing with. Even though I know she dealt with similar things in her life and she's been through it. My mom, you know what I mean? She's a tough cookie. You know what I mean? She's been through a lot. But I just wanted to be there for my children. You know what I mean? Instead of just running and being up under, you know what I mean, my mom and all that type of stuff to try to put the pieces back together or try to figure something out, I had to stay close to my younger ones, to her grandkids. You know what I mean? They're my children, they're her grandkids. I want to make sure that they're safe, that they're good, you know, that they're taken care of. You know, I know that they're always taken care of, but at the same time, it's nothing like actually being there with your children. There's nothing like spending time with your children, getting to know your children better, and just being a part of their life. You know, my mother was able to do that for me. My mother has been a part of my life for the longest, right? So who am I to deny my children a parent, a father in their life when I wasn't denied a mother in my life? And I don't say father because my father wasn't there, but I still love him. You know what I mean? I still care about him, and I hope he's doing well. But you understand that, I understand that we all have to do what we have to do. He has his life to live just like I have my life to live. And just like when I was going through my shit, when I was going through something, and I'm still going through my thing, I'm still in this battle, I have to deal with things accordingly the way I see fit. You know what I mean? Because I process things. We all different. We all got different characteristics and personalities. So the way my character deals with things and the way my personality, the way I perceive my situation, I only could deal with things the way I could deal with things. Of course, you know, being my mom, she want me to be there with her and all that shit. She want to make sure her baby's all right. Because technically, I could be 45 fucking years old. I'm always going to be my mother's baby. Right? So she just want to be in my corner a little bit more. And that's fine. You know, I don't mind. You know what I mean? I make sure to be staying in contact and shit like that now. You know, because I don't want her to be in the dark about what I'm going through or have some type of worration. I don't want her to worry about me. You know what I mean? I don't want her to worry about me. I want her to make sure I want her to know that I'm okay, that I'm fine, that I'm, you know what I mean? Even though I'm going through something, I'm still alive, I'm still kicking, I'm with the grandbabies, I'm good. We all have to realize, man, that you know, when I go through things, right? When we go through things, right? If I'm trying to put a message out there for you guys, like I do, like I put out messages, I put out, you know, all types of warning signs for other people, so that way they don't have to go through the things that I go through in life. I don't ever want anybody to be in the situations that I've been in. I don't like bad things to fall upon people. I do not like it when negative things happen in people's lives, whether I know you or not. I want to see everybody do well. You know what I mean? I want to see everybody do good. Never been a hating ass nigga. Never been none of that type of shit. I like to see people achieve, and I appreciate their accomplishments. That's just who I am. So I put out little warning signs and little hints, try to help out the community, tell the community what's going on and shit like that. You know, and I'm going to continue to do that in my own way. I just got to get more strategic with the way that I do that. I got to get more strategic because a lot of times I would just give people my message and it would be direct, straight to the point, right? Now I'm going to have to give people messages a little bit indirectly. You know what I mean? Because, for one, the people that I'm trying to help is like in one ear and out the other. They don't give a fuck about what I'm going through. None of these people that I'm trying to, that I've been telling about my situation or trying to help them not fall into the same situation. Something on my lip. Are trying to reach out to help me. You know, and that's a tough pill to swallow. See, when you get in rough spaces, you can really tell who a person is in your life. You could always tell whether a person's really in your corner or not by their actions, by what they say and what they don't say, by what they do and what they don't do. So by you not helping a person who always helped you, that shows me something. You know what I mean? By acting a certain way with a person, like, you know what I mean? It's like people tell you things without telling you. That's why you got to pay attention to the signs. You know, like I said earlier, like I started this podcast earlier. You know what I mean? You get messages, you get signs, you get little insight from people in your life, right? Sometimes they don't even have to be a part of the situation. They could be seeing your situation from the outside looking in. And because that's a fresh pair of eyes, a fresh mind, somebody who's not in the midst of whatever adversity or situation that you're going through, they're able to deliver you information that you probably didn't get, that you probably didn't think about. Because, you know, it's like with anybody. You only see the pieces that you moving. You don't see the full big picture of a thing. You know what I mean? I like to try to get the full big picture of whatever situation, whatever I'm facing. I like to get the full grasp of everything that's going on, not just with me. How is this affecting this person? How is this affecting that person? How is this looking? How is this being perceived? How do they feel about my situation? This person didn't say this, or this person didn't do this. So this means that they don't really give a fuck about my situation. This person helped me here, but this person only helped me here so they can make it look like they actually cared about my situation to somebody else. Because a lot of people do that. A lot of people will help you out or not help you out. Help without helping, if that makes any sense. Help without helping to show face to somebody else. So they can say, oh, well, I did help. I did this. I provided it. You know what I mean? Helping without helping isn't really help all the time. A person will help you kill your fucking self. A person will help you get high into the point where you OD. A person will help you smoke cancer sticks or cigarettes and shit like that until you develop lung cancer. A person will help you get into a bad fucking situation. Point blank period. You know what I mean? It's just that's all that this thing been about for me. It's just watching the people around me. Because at a certain point, you really don't know who's who. At a certain point, you really don't know who's there for you, who's not there for you until you watch their actions. It's like people in Chicago came up with a great saying. I'm from the show me state. Which means they watch your actions more than they listen to your words. They might hear you. They hear you talk. Because everybody talk a good ass game. Everybody talk a good game. But it's about the actions. It's about what you really do for a person when you see him going through situations. It's about what you tell a person to encourage a person when they're trying to make it in a certain lane, when they're trying to do their thing. You know what I mean? It's about you encouraging a person to continue on. You know what I mean? Letting a person know that what you're doing matters, what you're doing counts. You know what I mean? To give you a sort of steadfastness. You know what I mean? To be the wind beneath your wings. Sometimes help isn't always financial. You know what I mean? Sometimes help comes in many different forms. It really does. Most of all, man, we gotta help ourselves. I know it's a lot of people out here tired of the rat race. The daily ins and outs of doing whatever it is they do, the mundane shit. A lot of people got shoulda, coulda, wouldas in their life, what they coulda did, what they woulda did, what they shoulda did. But it's like, man, you know, at a certain point in time in every person's life, you got to decide to chase what's valuable to you. You got to decide to chase your dreams. You got to decide to chase what you always wanted in your life. You're chasing. The only people that feel this way is people that aren't where they should be in life. That's where a lot of the imposter syndrome that I got comes from too. Because I know I'm not where I should be in life. I know I'm not where I should be in life. I know what I deserve. I know the talent that I have and possess. I know my worth. I know I deserve, I know I'm worth, and I know I'm able to do a lot more than what's being afforded to me, to what I'm being given. And it's not like I'm looking for handouts. Anything that I'm being given, I worked for, except for the hardships, of course. I ain't worked to get the hardships. I ain't worked to put myself in a bad position. That's counteractive. That's working ass backwards. If you're working to put yourself in a bad position. That's never the work that I'm doing. I don't work to be put into a bad light or a bad place or a bad situation in life. I work to get out of bad situations. I work to put myself and my family in a better situation. You know, always. That's always been my stance. That's always what I've been about. Like I'm not the type of person to put myself in a bad situation just so I can come on this podcast and have a story to tell. Who the fuck does that? Who would put themselves in a bad position just to turn around, just to get some clout, just to get a name, just to get on a fucking a song or and talk about people or start a podcast or write books just for fame, for wealth or whatever? If you put yourself in a bad position for fame or wealth, your fame and wealth will be short-lived. You shouldn't have to put yourself in a bad position for money or fame. You should just get there off your talent, your merit, your work ethic, and the things you put out in the world that you built, that you put together, whether that be writing, songs, podcasts, invention, a brand, a comedy show, whatever it is that you do. That's where the real work shows. You don't have to do any work at all to put yourself in a bad position, because the world will put you in a bad position for you. Well, for them. You know what I mean? That's about all I got, man. You know, this has been a nice episode. I just had to get that off my mind, clear my thoughts. It's a lot more to come, man. You know, I put a few book commercials out there. Check out the books Nature features. Check out the new music I got coming out. You know what I mean? It should be everywhere by now. Get them streams up. You know, get them books. Start flipping them pages, man. You know what I mean? Start flipping them pages. Get them readers up. I need my readers to go up. I need my song subscribers to go up. I need my book subscribers. I need my podcast subscribers to go up. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, Concept Podcast. It's available on all streaming platforms. All streaming platforms. I'm here for y'all. You know, I'm here for me. You know, this is what I like to do. I like to get on here and speak about what I'm feeling, about what I'm going through. Because I know a lot of you are dealing with, or if you're not dealing with, you like to hear this type of stuff. You know what I mean? You like to hear this type of content. You know what I mean? So I'm here. You know what I mean? Just take it like this. I'm helping myself work through a situation that I'm going through in life by also helping you with situations that you're working through in life. Because we all going through something. We're all going through something, one way or another. You know what I mean? So by me doing my podcast and helping you guys get through your situations, I'm helping me get through my situations at the same time. You know what I mean? So help out. Like, share, subscribe. It's not hard to do. Just click the button, click the bell icon, click the subscribe button, click the thumbs up. And that's it, man. It's been another episode of Concept Podcast. I've been your host, Mr. Pagan. Oh, before I go out, that GoFundMe. Tap on it, check out, donate. I'm trying to get to a better place so that way I can continue to deliver great content. So I continue to roll out with these episodes of podcasts, my podcast, so I continue to write these books, so I can continue to make this music. You know what I mean? I don't need much. All I need is space and opportunity to make anything happen. And that's what the GoFundMe is for. Space and opportunity. You know what I mean? The GoFundMe is there so I can get to a better place in a better space with more opportunities for me and my family. That's what it's about for me. So please check out the GoFundMe, check out the music, Check out the books. Most importantly, stay tuned to God Concept. Peace.